Have you ever wanted to play piano? Have you ever wanted to just be able to sit down and unleash on this thing? I'm talking... If you've ever wanted to just enjoy the freedom and passion and fun of this instrument, then this video is for you. Now, if you're wondering who I am, my name is Stephen Ridley. I've been a concert pianist for more than 9 years. Check this out. So first, what am I going to be covering? Well, I'm going to be giving you 3 secrets. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to go from your current level to a level 10 on piano, even if you've never touched this instrument before. Second, I'm going to fix all your hand and finger problems forever. And finally, I'm going to be showing you a breakthrough technique, which will show you how to play over 100 songs on the piano in 60 minutes. Now, I'm not going to do this theoretically. We're going to do this by actually learning a song. And today, we're going to look at Interstellar by Hans Zimmer. Oh, yeah. Great. Are you ready? So let's break this down. So let's say we wanted to learn this song with the current ways available. What would we do? Well, probably the first thing we're going to do is go on YouTube, get an app. It's the same thing. If I go here, this is kind of what we'd see. And as we can see, this comes down, and I'm going to try and follow along. We've got, wait, it's going quite fast. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. All right, okay, what the hell is this? This is Guitar Hero level 5 billion. So that's not going to work. So what else could we do? Well, we could go for traditional lessons. We could go for one-on-one lessons. And if we do, we're going to see something like this. Welcome to music school. Do you understand Egyptian hieroglyphics? Me neither. And what happens? We sit here, we struggle, we don't know what's going on. There's a bunch of overcomplication, there's a bunch of theory. You get hit with rulers, sit like this, go like this, it's all confusing. How long before you give up? Because 97% of people do. Now that sucks. So we're going to fix that right now using the Ridley method. Now what is the Ridley method? Let's explain. The Ridley method is based on one philosophical truth, and you need to understand that for this to make sense. So first, let me play you something level 10. And it's going to look something like... Now you might be sitting there thinking, that looks complicated. But this is the philosophical truth I want to share with you. Everything in the Ridley method is based on this. Complexity is an illusion, and it is created by doing many simple things at once. Now that's the clue of how to learn this beautiful instrument, fast, fun, and simple. Because what the Ridley method is it's breaking down all those simple things into individual steps. Now, let's look at what some of those steps are, and let's take you on this journey from 0 to 10, looking at that song Interstellar. Okay, so where do we begin? Let's say you're starting out, you're level 0, you've never touched a piano. How do you even get started on this thing? It can be pretty intimidating, right? Well, the good news is you can play pretty much any song with just 2 fingers. And it doesn't even matter which 2. I'm talking... And in the case of Interstellar, it's going to sound something like this. Now, we're not going to be winning any Grammys just yet, but it does get us started, and it only takes 2 days of 10 minutes practice per day. Everything in the Ridley method is 10 minutes practice per day. So that's pretty cool. What's the next step? The next step is adding 1 finger, and that's going to be with the other hand. And again, doesn't really matter which finger we use. I'm just going to use this one. And it's going to sound something like this. Not bad, huh? Now, again, learning how to add one finger takes 20 minutes or 2 2 days of 10 minutes practice per day. So what's next? Well, the next thing is the magic of the pedal. And if you're taking notes, you can write this down. If you want to instantly make your song sound more majestic, more beautiful, simply add the pedal. All right, here is the pedal. Now, if you've got a keyboard, it's just the one that plugs in the back. If you're on a piano, this is going to be the one on the right-hand side. Now, if you want to impress our fancy traditional music school friends at the cocktail party, we can say this is a sostinato pedal. That's its full name, which is an Italian word, which means sustain, which is an English word, which means keep it going. It's called the keep it going pedal. And the reason is because without it, the piano sounds like this. With it, the note keeps on going. It sustains until we release. Now, the reason that's super cool is because when we start to add the pedal to our music, we get this joined beauty. And again, rather than try and describe that, I just want to show you. So let's just add the pedal to what we were doing before, and we're going to get something that sounds like this. We're starting to get musical. Now, learning how to use the pedal only takes 3 days of 10 minutes practice per day. And when you've learned how to do this, as with all these steps, when you learn how to do this thing, you can do this not just on one song. We're not learning one song here. We're learning a skill which can be applied to all songs. When you know how to do the pedal, you can do the pedal on all music. Pretty cool, right? So what's next? What's the next thing we're going to add? Well, the next thing we're going to add is simply, we're adding no more extra notes. We're just going to be adding more jabs of the same note. And it doesn't really matter how you jab them. We just want to fill that space with a few more jabs. And when we do, it's going to start to just come alive a little bit. And that sounds something like this. Oh yeah. Now, learning how to add some jabs into your music is 2 days, 10 minutes a day. Super, super simple. So what's next? The next thing we're going to add is a chord. What is a chord? A chord is more than one note played at the same time. Here's a note. Here's another note. Here's another note. Here's another note. A note is an individual unit of sound. When you press more than one note at the same time, we call that a chord. Well, if that's the case, then we have actually already been playing chords. That's what we've been doing. That's really cool. But now we're going to play chords in the left hand. We're going to add more notes at the same time. This is a top tip you can write down right now for your music. If you want to make your music instantly sound more grand, instantly sound more powerful, simply add more notes into your chords. And when we do, we're going to get something that sounds like this. Getting pretty damn good, right? Now, learning how to do chords takes around 2 weeks of 10 minutes practice per day. And again, every single day, you're improving, and you're improving in something that applies to all songs. Because when you know how to do chords, you can put that in all songs. So what's next? So the next thing that we're going to do is so simple, but makes such a huge difference in your music. And again, you can write this down. What we just did is with the left hand, we played a chord. We played all the notes at the same time, like this. What we're going to do next is simply play those notes individually and bounce between them. Now, the order in which you do this is not really that important. What I want here is simply movement. The right hand is moving. Now we're going to make the left hand move. And when we do that, the whole song is going to start to move. And again, rather than describe that, let me just show you. Starting to sound pretty damn good, right? We're starting to get some motion in the ocean. Now, learning how to do this is not complicated. When we're just focusing on that one simple thing, it's going to take us around 2 weeks of 10 minutes practice per day. And what's happening as we're doing this? We're starting to get better. We're getting better. We're falling in love with this incredible skill. And we're sounding pretty damn good right now. But there's still more we can do. So how do we make this sound even better? Well, the next thing we're going to do is add some notes that fit. For any piece of music, there are notes which fit and there are notes which don't. And the cool thing about this is you already have an intrinsic understanding of this. If I play this, I want you to tell me, does this sound good or does it sound bad? Shout at the screen. That's pretty good, right? What about this? Pretty good, right? What about this? Nuh-uh. What about this? What about this? No! What about this? Nice. What about this? You get it? You already have this sense. Now, when we learn the notes which fit with a piece of music, the next thing that we do is we just press those notes randomly. We just push them randomly. And what we're going to do is we're going to start adding a little solo. We're going to start adding our own flair, our own little salt to the steak. And it's going to sound something like this. Now that's starting to get pretty damn good, right? We're starting to get pretty good. Now, learning the notes that fit and then playing them with one finger takes around 3 weeks of 10 minutes practice per day. And again, every day you're improving in this. Every day you're focusing on one thing, so it's simple and fast. The next thing we're going to do is this thing called fingerwork. What is that? Well, fingerwork is how do you move your hand? How do you articulate and twist your hand and move your hand like a pianist in order to be able to navigate this instrument smooth and fast? I sound like an octopus. Now, what I'm actually doing there is I'm twisting and turning my hand, and I'm able to use my hand in such a way that I can play very fast. Now, when we put that into our music, we're now going to be able to play those notes that fit, but we can play them smooth and beautiful and quick. And that's going to make this music so much more musical. And again, rather than describe it, let's see it in action. So let's add some fingerwork. Starting to sound pretty damn good right now, huh? Now, learning how to do fingerwork takes around 3 weeks of 10 minutes practice per day. And again, we're going to come into this in secret number 2 in detail. But for now, we need to move on. We're sounding pretty damn good. I'd say we're a level 8 right now. But I didn't come here to make level 8. I want to make level 10. And at this point, we have to ask, what is level 10? What are we even talking about when we're talking about level 10? Well, for me, level 10 is the difference between the music student and the artist. Now, you've probably had this experience where you've seen somebody play and it's technically good. You can tell they can play, but it doesn't move you. You can just hear them thinking. You can hear them just... It's the difference between that and this. Now, I'm not thinking a thing when I'm playing that. I am moving. So how do we get that into our music? How do we start making our music sound less like a robot and more like us? Well, I'm going to give you 2 tips right now for achieving this. The first is this, and the second is this. What the hell am I doing? Well, this is referring to timing. See, when we speak, we don't just say everything at the same speed, because if we did, we would sound like a robot. We don't do that. We say some things slow, and we say some things fast. You do this every time you speak. But when you start putting that into your music, then your music is going to speak. The next thing is this. This is volume. When we speak, we don't just speak at one volume, because if we do, we start to sound like we're teaching history. No. When we speak, we say some things loud to get attention, and we say some things quiet to pull that attention in. And again, you already do this. I don't need to teach you how to do this. You've got an intrinsic sense of it. You do it every time you speak. So let's demonstrate level 10. Let's bring this thing to level 10 and let me put my voice and my spin into this song. And when I do, we get something like this. Music, that's what I'm talking about. That's level 10. Now, the coolest part about this is when we're learning how to do each of these steps, we're able to do it on any song. We're not spending forever to learn one song. So what does that mean? It means when you're level 1, you're going to be playing with 2 fingers and you're going to be... Okay, but you're also going to be... And you're also going to be... When you're level 5, you're going to be... But you're also going to be... And you're also going to be... And when you get to level 10, you're going to be... But you're also going to be... And you're also going to be... And that is the magic of the Ridley method. So that takes us to secret 2. And in this secret, I'm going to show you one trick that will solve all your finger and hand problems. These are the problems that people run into with their hands and fingers. We've got left hand synchronization, that's coordinating that left hand. We've got independent finger control. We have inability to move many fingers at the same time. That's going to sound like this. Something like that. These are completely normal problems that virtually everybody I've ever taught runs into. The solution is something called hand yoga. It's a series of over 20 exercises which I developed to fix any finger and hand problem. These can be done with 3 minutes practice per day, and you can do them anywhere. You don't even need a piano. Now, rather than just describe this to you, I want to actually do one of the exercises together right now. So we're going to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your arm and you're going to place it like this, and you're going to get your beautiful piano hand and you're going to place it on top, and it's going to look something like this. And then you're going to follow along with me. Now what we're going to develop here is independent finger control, moving one finger at a time. So it goes like this. Little finger up and down. Very good. Middle finger up and down. Good. Ring finger up and down. Very good. Pointer finger up and down. Very good. Middle finger up and down. Good. Thumb up and down. Good. How did you do? Some fingers harder than the others? Ring finger a little stiff? Completely normal. Try the other hand. Pick up your other arm, get your hand and put it on there. And let's do the same again. Now you'll notice when I'm doing this, I'm not just doing the fingers in order one after the other, because when you're playing a piano, you don't really play like this. No, when you're playing the piano, you bounce between fingers. Like this, right? Now, your homework is this. I want you to do the exercise I've just showed you 3 times per day for 3 days. And just watch what happens. You're going to see your finger movement explode. Now, what do you think happens when I put you back on this instrument? Easier or harder? Sound more like a pianist or less like a pianist? Of course, you're going to be great. This is the magic of hand yoga. Now, the reason that people get stuck on piano and don't improve, the reason they still sound clumsy after months of playing, that they're not getting where they want to get to, is because these steps are skipped. These steps I was talking about in secret number 1. Half of them were missing. Some of them are jumbled up and crumpled together. It was a complete mess before the Ridley method. Hand yoga is a perfect example of this. Now that's just one exercise. Imagine what happens when you get all 20. You're going to start moving like a piano player. And that's what we want. So what is the conclusion of Secret 2? Well, the good news is there's nothing wrong with you. Your lack of confidence simply comes from using bad methods, outdated methods, and bad teaching. But we can fix that with specific exercises that can help you overcome all your problems. And that takes us to Secret 3, a breakthrough technique to learn any song 10 times faster. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, I don't have time. I'm never going to be able to do this. Maybe one day I'll learn piano, or maybe, when I'm less busy, when I retire, when I get a promotion, when I finish school, when I get married, when I get divorced, one day, but not right now. Let me tell you, you're thinking about this the wrong way. You don't need more time. What you need is a way to learn songs faster. Because let me tell you this, if I told you I can teach you how to play a song, it's going to take 10 minutes a day for 3 days. Could you find that 10 minutes? Of course you could. We spend 10 minutes on the toilet. Now, how could I possibly be able to do that? Well, the way I'm able to do it is using these secret patterns of music. I'm going to show you one of these patterns. It is the 4-chord song. Now, you may or may not know this, but over 70% of the pop music made since 1960 has used the same 4 chords in the same order. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 chords in that order is 70% of the pop songs since 1960. Now, just to show you how easy this is, if you learn those 4 chords, you unlock hundreds of songs. Check this out.
My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. Yeah. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see a halo.
Same chords.
With or without you. With or without you. Oh no. And can you feel the love tonight? When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me.
Now look what happens when we take those levels that we learned in secret number 1 and make this sound like level 10.
With or without you. With or without you. Oh no. Just gonna stand there and watch me burn.
That's how learning piano is supposed to be. Easy when we're using these shortcuts, when we're bringing music to life in a way that's fast, fun, and simple. Using these secrets, but also using this beautiful Ridley method that gets you to level 10 fast. Now, I've got a question for you. Would you be willing to let me, goofy little English me, into your life and become your instructor? To take you on a journey from wherever you are to level 10. If this is interesting to you, your next step is super simple. Simply register for a free strategy call with one of my expert piano coaches. Now on this call, you can expect 3 amazing things. First, you're going to get a personal evaluation from my expert coach, which will give you a snapshot of where you're currently at. Next, you're going to be told exactly what you need to do with a personal program to get from where you are to level 10 on piano. And finally, you're going to be able to ask any and every question you've got. All I need from you is to hit that button, fill out your application, let us know why you should be chosen. And for those of you who get selected, I will help you accomplish those dreams of playing music. Fast, fun, and simple. Now, one thing I hear all the time is, I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if this will work for me. I should have started when I'm younger. I hear this all the time. Let me tell you, everybody says this until they start with the right method. I unlock people's potential every single day. And it is incredible, from 5 years old to 92 years old in over 40 countries. And with you, it's no different. You're going to go through this and you're going to experience the same joy, the same adventure, the same results that these people experienced. And that is what I want for you. So that starts with dropping down, hitting that button and filling out your 1-minute application. For those of you who are on the fence, for those of you who are like, I don't know. Look, there's only 2 choices right now. There's do nothing, and that's going to result in no motion, not achieving your dreams, not going anywhere in this instrument. You've already experienced that. That wasn't fun. That didn't work out. Or there's option number 2, which is come on a journey with me and let me show you your potential, fast, fun, and simple with this instrument. Let me explode your piano playing and give you this passion for music. That's what I want to do with you. So hit that button, fill out the application, and hopefully you're going to be one of my next students. And I look forward to going on that journey with you. Thank you very much.